track reviews.
Okay, hi, hello, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well, and it's time for a track review. My thoughts on a brand new song that has just come out. As you can see right here next to my head, Taylor Swift is once again extending out the lifetime of her very mid-new album, Midnights. She did it once before with the 3 a.m. edition, which actually, had some pretty good tracks on it that were superior to some of the core tracks on this thing. But now she's doing a bit of fan service here and adding, I think, some stuff that's really drawing a lot of hype to this record now. For one, Snow on the Beach, which has been labeled as a track that has a Lana Del Rey feature. However, I and many other people have been saying that there's not enough Lana on that track, and it's just like some Lana background vocals. It's barely a feature. But now, when we scroll down, we have a version of Snow on the Beach that says featuring Lana Del Rey, featuring more Lana Del Rey. That's cool. Cool that Taylor is listening to the fans, but also in the mix here at the very end, we have a new version of the song Karma. Not the best song on the record, but still. The song now features one New York rapper, which you may have heard of, named Ice Spice. The song features so much Ice Spice, in fact, it's for some reason shorter than the first version, but whatever. Let's give the track a listen and see exactly what Ice Spice brought to the table for this feature, because this is a pretty massive cultural crossover. At this point, I really do have to give it to Ice Spice. There was a point where it seemed like, her label and her people were kind of doing her a disservice and setting her up to fail. Obviously, at one point, there were a lot of people who were kind of expecting her to just be like a one-hit wonder and fail and have no longevity, but she is doing so well right now, drawing so much attention, doing like Drake numbers off of a freaking EP. I can only imagine how insane the Ice Spice craze is going to get once we get a full entire album. And Taylor coming through, inviting her onto a track is just further juicing all this up. So I don't know. I mean, I hope that Ice Spice comes through and that this feature, this crossover was worth it and adds to the track, adds to the record, especially since in the wake of this crossover, because Taylor Swift, from what I understand, is now dating Maddie Healy, some comments that were made during a podcast he was featured on that were not so nice in regards to Ice Spice have been making the rounds again. It's not the best look. That's the setup. That's the background. Let's give a listen to this track and this feature and see if it's heat. Okay. We've heard the track. I will say there's quite a bit of Ice Spice presence on this song. It's clear that Taylor did not want to make the same mistake twice of not having enough Ice Spice on the track like with Lana. So we get our Ice Spice fill right in the first leg of the song, right after the chorus, and then following that we have these little ad libs and vocal touches from her that are very clear and mixed pretty high throughout the rest of the track. But really the bulk of her contribution comes down to the main verse that we hear again after the hook. Is it good? Is it worthwhile? Of course, she brings that quiet, smoky little vocal delivery that she typically has, but it's not your usual Ice Spice flow, I would say, because we have a bit of a trap breakdown going on here. It's not quite, the drill beat vibe that we've gotten from some of her biggest tracks so far. Ice Spice says, "Karma is your checks about to bounce. Karma is a fire in your house," adding in her little grah and like and damn. Personally, for me with Ice Spice, it's really about the damn ad lib. Going on from there, she says she's about to pop up unannounced. I mean, you can't really control Karma like that, I suppose. She's never leaving you alone. Karma is a harasser. Get a restraining order. Watch it put your ops on the throne. I mean, I guess that's kind of in, line with much of what Taylor is saying on the song. Got you waving pretty white flags, fiending for the cash, think it'll save you. Now you're switching up your behavior. It's after this point in the verse where I think the flow starts to feel a bit off. The "it's okay, baby, you ain't gotta worry, karma never gets lazy" portion just feels like it kind of loses momentum a little bit. The drag in that wagon line is freaking ridiculous, and karma winning the beauty pageant, the final moment there I just think is okay. Most of the bars though up until that point are cute and I think fit the vibe of the song, and meanwhile the vibe being, I think this is one of the lesser cuts off of the Taylor Swift record, and you could say what you want about Ice Spice's lyricism and bars on this track. The core lyrics of the song originally were not that good to begin with, so I feel like Taylor didn't exactly put Ice Spice in a position where she really needed to bring her, strongest pen game here. But yeah, overall, I think it's a fine addition to a pretty mid Taylor Swift track. Yeah. I suppose at the end of the day, it's just really weird, surprising, but also slightly exciting to see these very unlikely worlds collide. Because when was even the last time that Taylor Swift did a big rap crossover like this? I mean, had to be Endgame with Future on it, no? Which was such a a weird addition thinking back to Reputation, because Taylor's usually so, female empowerment, and Future's just not. But yeah, I suppose in terms of that kind of energy, Ice Spice makes a lot more sense, to be fair. But yeah, I think it's something that's a cool in concept, and neat that it happened, a bit of a spectacle. But as far as the actual substance and execution of it, it's just kind of okay, and adding not that much to a song that didn't have too many great things going on for it to begin with. But yeah, that's it. Those are my 2, 3, 4, 5 cents on this thing. Let me know yours in the comments. Did you love this track? Did you hate it? Why? What do you think I should review next? You're the best. Mwah. Love you. Hugs and kisses. Over here next to my head, another video you can check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. Karma is my boyfriend too. Okay. All right. He's not just yours. Tay Tay. Forever.